Austin had her 11th double-double of the season, and Clark hits a three.
So maybe it was a good timeout.
Indian Fever improved its position from number 8 to number 3 in the post-Olympics leg of the season, thanks to back-to-back wins and performances from Caitlin and Kelsey Mitchell. With overall dominating playmaking and exceptional chemistry in the team, Fever are shocking, the even top-tier league of the team, and they are just not ready to face India, Fever and Clark in the playoffs. The Indiana Fever finally snapped their losing streak against the Connecticut Sun, taking down the league's number 2 team in a thrilling 84-80 victory at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. This is their first win against the Sun since the 2021 regular season. Riding high on momentum, the Fever managed to win 6 of their last 8 games heading into their Friday matchup in Chicago. Adding to the excitement, the Fever played in front of yet another sold-out crowd at Gainbridge, pushing their total season attendance to an impressive 503,921 fans across 31 games, setting a new WNBA record. Kelsey Mitchell once again led the charge, racking up a game-high 23 points. She was on fire, shooting 8 of 14 from the field and nailing 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. This performance marked her 5th straight game with at least 20 points, setting a franchise record for consecutive 20-point games. 5 Fever players scored in double figures on August 28th, showing just how deep this team's roster runs.
So I feel like we're definitely shooting it well, we're playing off each other well, we're looking for each other, and we're getting downhill too, so I think it's been a good balance of everything.
Rookie sensation Caitlin Clark continues to make her mark, finishing with an impressive stat line of 19 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block, and a steal. Just 3 minutes into the first quarter, Clark sank her 88th three-pointer, surpassing Atlanta Dream's Ryan Howard to set a new WNBA rookie record for the most made three-pointers. But she wasn't done there. Clark also leapfrogged Howard for 12th place on the all-time rookie points list, with 558 points heading into Friday's game against Chicago. Lexi Hull, who earned her second start of the season, played a crucial role as well, dropping 17 points while hitting 4 of 6 from downtown. Hull also pulled down a career-high 8 rebounds, dished out 3 assists, and recorded a block, adding to Indiana's winning formula. In the front court, Fever center Aaliyah Boston and forward Nelisa Smith each chipped in 10 points and 6 rebounds. Boston reached a significant milestone in the second quarter, becoming the 4th fastest player in franchise history to hit 1,000 career points in just 71 games. She also matched career highs with 8 assists and 4 steals, showing her all-around impact in the Fever's victory. Indiana came out swinging, starting the game with a blazing 10-0 run in the first quarter, with Kelsey Mitchell putting up 11 of her 23 points in that opening frame. Aaliyah Boston was in playmaker mode, dishing out 5 of her 8 assists early on, while the Fever drained 6 three-pointers in the quarter. Indiana wrapped up the first quarter on a 22-9 run, putting up 33 points. More than any other team had scored against the Connecticut Sun in a single quarter this season. By the end of the first, Indiana held a 33-26 lead. The Sun tried to claw back in the second quarter, going on a 13-5 run, but Indiana wasn't having it. The Fever responded with a 14-5 run of their own, taking a 51-42 lead into halftime. This marked Connecticut's second-largest halftime deficit of the season. In the final quarter, the Fever clamped down on defense, making 5 crucial stops to close out the game. The Sun went cold, failing to score in the last 2:50 as Indiana sealed the win. This victory handed Connecticut just their second loss since the Olympic break and snapped their 3-game winning streak. 4 Sun players managed to score in double figures, with Dijonai Carrington leading the way with 19 points on 7 of 13 shooting. Carrington also notched a career-high 6 steals, along with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Alyssa Thomas chipped in with 17 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals, while Marina Mabry added 16 points off the bench. Despite the loss, Connecticut dominated in the paint with a 38-28 advantage and outscored Indiana in bench points, 20-5. But the real drama just started when Sun star Dijonai Carrington tried to silence the Gainbridge Fieldhouse crowd by draining a three-pointer and shushing the fans. But rookie sensation Caitlin Clark wasn't about to let that slide. Just moments after Carrington's attempts to hush the Fever fans, Clark answered back in style, breezing past the Sun veteran for a tough, contested layup. This kind of back-and-forth action is exactly why watching the Fever go head-to-head with the WNBA's top teams has become such a thrill. And when Indiana can pull it off in front of their home crowd, it's even sweeter.
You know you're going to get that from them when you're coming into this game. That's just how they are. They're a physical team. They set a lot of screens. They do a really good job of setting and using screens. They really do.
Caitlin Clark delivered another thriller, dropping 28 points and dishing out 12 assists as the Indiana Fever secured a 193 victory over the Dallas Wings. Despite a record-tying 9 three-pointers from Eric Ogunbowale, the Fever managed to pull through in this nail-biter on Sunday. Kelsey Mitchell was on fire, scoring 36 points, including a clutch three-pointer that extended the Fever's lead to 4 with just under 2 minutes left. Both teams entered the game riding 3-game winning streaks, making this clash even more intense. Ogunbowale was unstoppable from beyond the arc, hitting 9 of 16, surpassing her previous personal best of 7 three-pointers. She finished with 34 points but fell just short of breaking the record, missing 2 attempts at a 10th three-pointer, including one in the final minute when the Wings were down by 6. Clark and Mitchell made up a killing combo from beyond the arc, each sinking 5 three-pointers as they combined for an impressive 10 of 18 shooting from deep. The Fever were on fire, hitting 50% from long range and 53% overall. Clark's performance followed a career-high 31-point outing against fellow Rookie of the Year contender Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Just before the Olympic break, Clark set a WNBA record with 19 assists during her first regular season visit to Texas, despite a 101-93 loss that left the Fever teetering on the edge of playoff contention. Now sitting at 17-16, the Indiana Fever have climbed above .500 for the first time with Clark at the helm, solidifying their place in the playoff race. On the other hand, the Dallas Wings, with a 9-23 record, are still trying to bounce back from a rough start, hampered by several key injuries. After winning their first playoff series last year, the Wings find themselves 2 games shy of the final postseason spot, with just 8 games left to turn things around. The Fever, however, have been on a tear since the Olympic break, winning 6 of their last 7 games, including 3 on the road. Their hard work has earned them a 6-game homestand, starting last week against the struggling Los Angeles Sparks, before they wrap up the regular season with a showdown in Washington. Dallas head coach Latricia Trammell didn't shy away from giving credit where it was due during her post-game press conference. After the tough loss, Trammell gave a candid evaluation of Caitlinclark's stellar performance. "First thing I said when I stepped into the locker room was, 'Caitlin is good,'" Trammell shared with reporters. "We all know that. She nailed 2 consecutive threes. Just unreal in the fourth quarter." Trammell's words summed up what everyone already knew. Clark's skills are on another level, and she proved it in an epic comeback for the Fever. Clark was the driving force behind Indiana's surge, outscoring the Wings 30-19 in the final quarter. As Trammell pointed out, the highlight of Indiana's late-game push was Clark's 2 back-to-back three-pointers that turned the tide in favor of the Fever. At this point, it's almost expected that Caitlin-Clark will break a record every time she steps on the court. Sunday, September 1st, was no different as she surpassed a milestone once held by Hall of Famer Tamika Catchings, setting the new record for the most points scored by a rookie in Indiana Fever history. With 617 points to her name and 7 games still left in the regular season, Clark's accomplishment is nothing short of remarkable. Following the Fever's 100-93 win over the Dallas Wings, the 22-year-old was asked about her latest achievement. True to form, Clark downplayed the individual accolade, instead highlighting her team's recent success. "It's obviously cool," Clark told Fieldhouse Files with Scott Agnes, "but at the same time, I feel like we play basketball the right way, and that's just what kind of comes along with it." Let us know in the comments below how you rate Clark and Indiana when they are in their optimal form. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates on Clark's mission to make Fever the champion. See you in the next video.